Hey, what's up? What's up? It's Jay Johnson back at it again, and I'm basically going to do my 1 week. It's not really a review. It's just my thoughts, first impressions on the Moto X4. I did a quick unboxing before, so I really didn't get into much of the specs. So I'll get into a little bit of it, but I don't really want to get deep into it until I can do the review. But this is a 5.2-inch screen. It has a Snapdragon 630 processor. This is 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage, and it does have SD card support. One thing that you should know is that you cannot use your SD card as adaptive storage. So one of the drawbacks about this device is, which I guess you could say is a con, is when it comes to the storage, let me see, it has, when it comes up here, I think it's almost 15 gigabytes are just used for the system. So you're really getting like half of that 32. So it's like basically getting a 16 gigabyte phone. So you're definitely going to need an SD card reader. I mean SD card, but the issue is, like, once you put that in there, you can't, let's say, get a 128 gigabyte, yeah, there it is right there, 13 gigabytes for the system. So you can see where it can go pretty quickly. But you can't get like a 128 gigabyte SD card and then use it as adaptive storage and make that SD card your main storage. So that's one of the drawbacks. It hasn't been too bad for me because I don't use a lot of storage on stuff, but as you can see, I'm getting pretty close to that 32 gigabytes. It's an IPS display, and it has Gorilla Glass 4, I believe. It's a 3,000 milliamp battery. This does support turbocharger, and it has a 15-watt charger that comes with it. This is IP68 water resistant, so you can get this wet, dunk it, whatever, and you should be okay. One thing I love about Motorola devices are that this device will work on all the networks. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, Project Fi. Even though this is not the Android 1 version, this will, I confirmed it, it will work on Project Fi. And this will also work on Republic Wireless. There's only a few phones that do that work on every carrier, and that's this phone, and then you talking about the Pixels, the new Pixels. They're one of the few. They're only devices that you can work on every network, including Project Fi. So I mean, that's pretty cool. You got your fingerprint sensor right here. The cameras in the back, you get a dual camera sensor here. 12 megapixel camera, and then another 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, and then on the front you get a 16 megapixel camera with a flash. So if you're doing your selfies, that's pretty dope. And then it has a 4 megapixel adaptive low light mode. I guess it's supposed to help with like the low light selfies at the bar or somewhere at night. It does shoot in 4K. It does have NFC, and this does not support the Moto mods and all that, but it does have the Modal Display, the Moto Voice, the Moto Actions, and it has the wireless sound system where you can play music on this and have it play on multiple Bluetooth speakers. I just seen that it only supports 5 gigahertz. So if you're on the 2.4, you're pretty much stuck out of luck. It also has the one button navigation. So this is what I use, the one button navigation. Instead of having the keys here at the bottom, it gives me a little bit more real estate, and I can go back with this key, pull up my recent apps with this key, go back to my home screen, and then you can do your Google Assistant. So far so good. It's been snappy, it's been real smooth. The only issue is that it's just so slippery, and you can see the fingerprints I have a case coming in today for it. Hopefully that'll make it a lot easier, because I've actually dropped this several times. No damage. Despite the fact this is a very elegant, nice looking phone that looks like it'll shatter, it's actually been pretty tough so far. One reason why I got this version over the Android One version is because I wanted the different modal actions, Moto Voice. So like, hopefully this works on camera. You could say, show me the weather. Wait a minute. Show me the weather. Okay. And then it'll pull up the weather. Let me see. Show me my calendar. Show me my calendar. I have to move up closer to the phone. I'm too far from the phone. Okay, and then let me see. Oops. You can also do, okay Google, what's the weather going to be like today?
Today in Canton, it'll be cloudy with a forecasted high of 61 and a low of 55.
So what's dope about that is
right now it's 44 and mostly cloudy.
You don't have to have your screen on to do this stuff. Alexa, when are the Cavs playing again? Alexa, when are the Cavs playing again? And Alexa decided to crap out on the video. Let me try one more time. Alexa, when are the Cavs going to play again?
The Cavaliers will play tomorrow at 3 p.m. at home against the Hawks.
You know, I'm not editing this out, Alexa. You're going to just have to deal with this. This is going to be on camera. I'm just letting you know. That was messed up. Anyway, it usually works pretty good. But I like the fact that you don't have to have the phone on to access the stuff. You don't have to hit any buttons. You don't have to do anything. You can just kind of just say it. Let me give Alexa one more chance. Let me try one more time. Alexa, what's the weather today?
In Canton, it's 42 degrees with intermittent clouds. Today, you can look for cloudy skies with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 42 degrees.
Okay. So some people were complaining about Alexa. You don't have to have Alexa on here. You can disable it. You don't have to have it set up. They kind of, all three of them really don't overlap each other. They kind of like, the Moto Voice is very, very simple. It's going to be, you know, show me my calendar, show me the weather, show me, it's something simple. So you're not going to get very much from Moto Voice. Alexa's going to do simple stuff like your weather, maybe I think they can do a reminder, something really simple. And then you have Google Assistant, who does everything else, who can answer, you know, deeper in-depth questions. So for the people that are complaining, it's not a big deal. And so far, I've liked using all of them. One thing I really love is with the display, Modal Display. I can't show you here, but when someone sends a message, I like the fact that it pops up. Your notifications pop up, and then you have the option to respond to that message from the screen. I wish I had a message come up so I can show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see if I can do something here real quick. I don't have my other account set up. Let me see. See if I can send a message to myself. Okay, so so it pops up. I tap on it and I see. So I have a couple options. I can give it a thumbs up since it's a message, a Facebook Messenger message. I can respond over here, or I can respond with a voice reply.
What's your message?
Hey, what's up? How are you? Question mark.
Do you want to send it or change it?
Send it. And that's pretty dope. You can either do a reply like that with a voice message, or you can type it out, and you only have to go into your phone. So that's a quick. I don't want to do a review. So that was just a couple things I'm really digging about the Moto X. I gotta still do some video samples. If you follow me on Twitter, Julius JULIUS _ Johnson JONSIN, then you can see some of the pictures I've taken with it. But I just want to do a quick, 1 week kind of like an overview of how I feel about it. So far, I love this device. It's smooth, snappy. I haven't had any issues with any lag. The only issue I had was with the keyboard, and I switched my keyboard to Swift key, and I've had no issues ever since. So other than that, I mean, this thing it's been great. I haven't had any issues with it. I mean, I've heard complaints, but for me, everything's been good. So I'll get back with you with a review. Oops, what I did there. I'll get back with you with a review, and then I'll have anybody else has any thoughts about it or any questions, let me know. I want to do the video, should do some video samples with that, and then any other thing you want to see, any questions you have about it, just let me know, and then I can do a video on it also. One other thing I wanted to bring up is that since I do have a phone now that works with Project Fi and Republic Wireless, I threw it out on Twitter, and I asked, like, which one do you think I should try? And I'll probably end up trying both, but I put it out there, Project Fi, Republic Wireless, and Republic Wireless actually replied to me and sent me out a nice little package, so I want to do a video on that. So I'll probably be trying Republic Wireless on this device to see how I like it. But so far, so good, guys. I mean, I know there's been some complaints about the price or whatever. Me, personally, I'm loving it. It's just these fingerprints and it being so slippery is probably the biggest drawback at this point. But like I said, any questions, concerns, or anything else, hit me up. Make sure you give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, it's Jay Johnson. Peace.